Welcome to my show. This is gonna be lit. Listen up. You're gonna like it and view it and share it and follow me. You're gonna tell your friends that know me. This is the
Chapter 2. So today we have with us a very accomplished futsal coach as well as a very accomplished futsal player himself. So when I mention the name Jasper, everyone will know who is he. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, friends, Coach Jasper. Hey Jasper, how are you,
Hello,
man?
BC. I'm
Uh,
good. How are you, BC?
I'm good. Thank you so much, man. I mean, thank you so much for taking your time to actually be part of BC's Dear Diary. Today, I'm very sure that our viewers, our friends, will actually learn a lot about you, from you about futsal culture in Singapore. So, before we talk about your coaching credentials and adventures, maybe you can tell us a little bit more about your playing experience.
Okay, I started playing with the Dorset boys. They used to be the powerhouse in Singapore futsal scene and five-a-side scene. So very well established team. For about 5 to 6 years, we were like the powerhouse. Not only us, there were few teams, but we were quite the most prominent ones out there. So there was about 5 to 6 prominent teams, and we were like one of them. Okay, and after that, I thought that I would like to open a Air Force team, the RSAF team by my own futsal team. So I started off RSAF team also by myself, and I started to be a player coach for them, and that's how all it started.
I mean, in order for you, I mean, a lot of us always wants. I mean, even for social players like myself, we always dream about coaching our own team, managing our own team. So for you, not only do you do that, you actually went an extra step. You actually got qualifications and actually went for certifications. So we all know how accomplished a futsal coach you are. So maybe you can tell us a little bit more about your futsal coaching credentials and achievements.
Okay. I took my level one AFC futsal level one in 2014. So back then in Singapore there was no one with that certification. So with the support of FAS, I went to pursue my futsal level one coaching in Malaysia. And once I came back, I started off with a lot of futsal projects locally and overseas. And thereafter, in 2018, I went for my futsal level two. So I gave myself like about 4 years, for me to master the futsal scene here. What is the scene like? It's like in Singapore, and how I want to go about doing a lot of programs and coaching clinics here and overseas. So 2018, I went to do my level two, and I further pursued my education and my coaching credentials.
Okay, I mean, we also know that. I mean, I can list down all the trophies, all the competitions that you win, but I'll probably take another hour or so just to say everything. So, I understand that you have been coaching the Singapore AIA team. I played them personally. I played them before Jasper and after they got Jasper. So before Jasper, I think they were quite easy to beat. So you actually brought these are still to them, and of course, we know that you are three-time ISAF futsal champion. And the most important thing I like to highlight is this: you actually coach the first Singapore team to win an overseas tournament in Sarawak, and it was played on a real, I mean, a FIFA approved kind of pitch. Can you tell us more about?
Okay, just tracking back a little. So I'll start off with the AIA team. So AIA team, I was called in 2016 to take the team for the tournament in Hong Kong. So it was through some reference to a good friend of mine. Um, so what happened was 2016, I took the team for the training and prepare them for the tournament. So I was like given about 10 weeks or so to train them. So we did quite well for a new team. We went till quarterfinals, and in 2017, um, we managed to clinch the third position in Hong Kong again. And in 2018, that was when it was like an icing on the cake. We won the champion in Hong Kong, and it was such a memorable event. Then followed by the RSAF team. The RSAF team, like I said earlier, we started off in 2012 and we started training. And in 2013 was our first tournament as a team together, and we clinched the champion, beating a lot of divisions and a lot of units in Singapore. So 2013, 14, 15, 3 consecutive years we were the champions. And in 2018, I brought the team over to Sarawak. So we had an invitation tournament there. So the tournament was about 8 to 9 districts, best teams in Sarawak coming together to organize this tournament. And we were the invited ones from Singapore through one of my friends' contact in Sarawak. And I prepared a team. We went there, and since our understanding is very good among all our teammates, so it was easy for us to maneuver around the court, play our usual tactics and all. So we managed to go into the finals. We drew the game. We narrowly drew the game 4-all in the last dying seconds, probably the last 20 seconds or something. We drew the game. We went into penalty and we won the championship in penalty shootout.
Wow. I mean, winning a championship is one thing, but winning in such a dramatic way is another thing. But I need to talk to you about this, man. I know about all your credentials, your coaching credentials, but this one, I think this was something very great you did with the team. So share with us how this ASEAN Para Games came about, man.
Okay, I've been with the team since 2011, right after passing my AFC C certificate. So I was approached by my instructor, Coach Zainuddin, to assume a voluntary coaching position, which I pounced on that chance, because I felt that I wanted to do something for the disability society and for the cerebral palsy footballers. So it was a challenge for me. So I went there as an assistant coach. In 2015 ASEAN Para Games, I was appointed as the assistant coach for the national CP team. So my job was to train the goalkeepers, to take the team for their warm up and all, guiding them in other areas of expertise. And it was a good experience. Bunchen, we managed to clinch the bronze medal. It was really a tough competition that year, because prior to that, in 2013, we clinched silver. Myanmar won the gold and we clinched the silver in Myanmar, in Nepido. So 2015 was a real challenge, because Thailand all were, charged up, and they strengthened their team, and Myanmar was even strengthened with their teammates. You know the country is so big. They can get a lot of players. Unlike Singapore, with just a small island, and the limitation of players we have to make do with what we have.
Of course. I mean, with what you did, I mean, all of us already know how well you did for them, and I mean that there's been a lot of inspiring story, and I think that is very inspiring for all these athletes to actually perform the way they perform. So apart from that, I also understand that there's a lot of articles about you on the internet, in the newspaper, about your footballing exploits, especially when it comes to futsal. So since we are talking about futsal right now and we are in Singapore, you're mentioning about local scene. What do you feel about the local futsal scene before? Obviously now it's COVID. It's a very tough time for everyone. Can't do anything. But what do you think about the futsal scene pre-COVID? And how do you foresee the scene will how it will turn out? How we can actually transform and change our local futsal scene?
Okay. Currently, the pandemic situation is not helping much of not only futsal, but across the board, all sports. So we are facing a huge crisis, by going through this situation. But nevertheless, assured, good times are coming, and we should be getting back to the pitch and the court soon. But the problem with our country is that we don't have a eco-friendly system, indoor court. In fact, BC, to tell you, we do not even have an official FIFA futsal court in Singapore, because all the indoor courts are all done by Active SG. It's controlled by them, and definitely the main priority goes out to all the badminton guys. If you know, if they are going to give us to play indoor futsal, you know where do the badminton guys go? So that is another issue we need to manage. So what we are doing is, like, for people like me, I do my Active SG futsal coaching. I do my holiday futsal camps with Active SG. I'm like a vendor with them. So apart from being a vendor for Active SG as a futsal coach, what I do is I exploit outside Singapore. So I go over to Malaysia, West Malaysia, East Malaysia to go and do my coaching with them. I go and follow professional teams. I understudy professional teams in Malaysia. So I got good friends over there who are coaching the professional futsal team. You do know that Malaysia has an official pro futsal league for the past 1-2 years. So I've been following a team as an apprentice. So I learned how a professional futsal club works. Plus, in Sarawak, I conduct my own futsal clinics, coaching, any other coaching clinics to do with futsal, be it corporate or be it with academy or be it with orphanages. Mainly, it's all orphanages and kids are from low income families, as well as in Indonesia, which is like Batam, just island next to us. I've been doing a lot of volunteer work with them. There's no money involved, nothing. It's all about giving them the enjoyment to play futsal, what is the game is like, letting them play football, what is the game is like, and everything.
Okay, bro. Talking about Batam. When you mentioned this word Batam, like very close to my heart. So I know of this, bro. There is a tournament, a football festival in Batam named after you, bro. It's not every day that you can say that there's a tournament, there's a festival that's named after you. And I know that it is a event, a festival that is very close to your heart. I really want to find out more about this, man, bro. If you don't mind, please let us know.
It all started back in 2017 again. So what we did was, my friends and myself, together with my counterpart in Batam, we planned to do a Batam football festival, because I have been there. Because how it started was, I was coaching a high school in Batam. So myself and my good friend, we were coaching in Batam. This guy called Sarah, I think you would have known him. Also, he's always with me coaching in the Batam futsal scene. So we started off with coaching a high school there, and from there we explore a lot of areas, how to make this better, how to draw more children, to the event. So my only tool is to do a football festival, because when you are doing a football festival, you have the area to yourself, a field to yourself. You can accommodate a lot of children, as much as 80 kids on the pitch, at one go. So what we did was, we came up with a plan, and we started off with this Batam Football Festival, and I did a lot of I got a lot of sponsorship from a lot of good people around me, a lot of good friends, well wishers. They sponsored for this event, because it was purely for the low needy children, children who don't even have parents, children who are on the street. So I practically go to them, and I'll give them the pamphlet and ask them to come and join. I got for them everything. Basically in Batam, kids are, they poverty is their main thing, hunger. And when you are there to, satisfy their hunger and their needs, they will be very grateful to you. So we did this whole Batam football festival thingy, and with 6 main stations, where the kids will rotate every 15 minutes, to every station, to go across passing, shooting, small-sided game, ball mastery, goalkeeping, a lot of all these kind of things. So we attracted 200 kids for that whole event, and it was a major success. And the person who graced the occasion was the governor of Batam. So he was like thinking, how come this is possible? Because before I went into Batam to do this, there was no football festival there in Batam at that point of time. No one has ever initiated. So the first inaugural event was done by me and my team of crew, doing the football festival. It was a major success. It was across 6 papers. It was across the television. It was across the radio broadcast and everything. So it became a very famous event. So after which I wanted to do something for futsal, which is when in 2017 itself I did a futsal tournament. 2018 itself, 2018 I did the futsal tournament, and 2019 I did the futsal tournament. So drawing about 2018 I drew about 82 teams, and 2019 was about 72 teams. So which was very good insight things for me to take away from, and it was a huge success. Why? Because a lot of teams from other part of the Indonesian islands came for the tournament. Initially, BC, you like what you said is Jasper's Futsal Cup. Initially, the real name was only International Futsal Cup, but because the governor came in, and there was some sponsorship by the government and everything, so the governor said, why not put it as Jasper's Futsal Cup, and below you just put the International Futsal Tournament. So that was how it all went about. We did the whole thing, and it was a huge success. BC, I would love to say that.
Yeah. If I ever have a BC futsal cup in Batam, probably got two teams only lah. The two teams probably I pay for them one lah. But I mean, apart from the fact that you were doing bringing futsal to these kids, you were also bringing them together. It's a very nice thing to do, and you did it all without getting a pay. So I think
Yeah.
this is what we always say by giving back to society, and I really give you lots of respect, lot of props for that. So on behalf of the children and all, you probably hear this so many times, but thank you so much for actually doing this, not only for them, but hopefully one day in Singapore we can also have a Jasper Cup, and then
Yep.
then I also have a BC Cup lah. I pay for my own.
Maybe we can co-join this event.
Yeah, I only can be a host lah. I can be a host only. Anyway, bro. Apart from futsal, both of us, how we got to know each other is because for our love for. Where's my team?
Yeah, man.
Tottenham Hotspur. So,
Yeah.
bro, we have been Tottenham Hotspur fans forever. So
Yep.
and we always know that our dream, as a fan, our dream is to actually go to Hart Lane to visit Hart Lane.
Yep.
So I understand that you have been to Hart Lane a couple of times. I think 2 times. First
Three
time to
times.
watch 3 times. Oh,
Yeah.
I understand you went there to watch a game, and not only did you go there and watch a game, my friend here went to Hart Lane to play a game. Not only did he play a game, he scored a goal in Hart Lane. Bro,
Yep.
bro, tell us all about this, man. How did this thing came up? You going to Hart Lane to play and actually to score?
Like as you know, BC, there were four of us, who went there. Myself, Terence, Troy, and what's the other? I forgot the other guy's name.
Chinese guy, remember? And Troy
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
day talking about it, lah. Troy whole day talking about it. I went to Hart Lane, but he didn't
Yeah.
score.
So the four of us went there. So initially I BC, honestly telling, I was not even in the picture, but I think Terence or Troy, someone I think sent a video, if I'm not wrong, and in that video my game was featured. So that was how someone from the Hong Kong side first got in touch with me through Facebook, and they arranged everything for me for this whole trip. So that was how I ended up there. And being there watching the game itself is like a God's gift sent to us. But playing in the pitch itself is a whole new feeling. You get as like playing under Graham Roberts, the guy who scored the equalizing goal in 1984 UEFA finals against the Anderlecht, bringing the team to the extra time after extra time, and there's a penalty, and we won the UEFA Cup, playing under his charge. He being the coach, he guided all of us throughout the game. And the moment I went there already, first thing he asked, so you are a striker? I say, yeah. So he said, okay, so you'll be my striker for today. I say, yeah, okay, well, fine. So I didn't play for the first 30 minutes or so. So I think I went in the first half. I think the last 15 minutes, then I played the full second half. So it was just a one-time chance. You get it. I got the through ball through this Japan guy. It was the game between the Asians and the rest of the world. Europeans are damn strong. In terms of their physique and everything. So compared to us Asians, who are much more smaller, probably I can match up for a European, but not the others because they were quite smaller than me in my team. I think probably two or three of us only were in physique wise we could match up to the Europeans. So it was like a one good through ball from the Japanese guy, and yeah, I dribbled past the defensive line. And BC, to tell you honestly, the defensive line was too strong because this guy, four stallions, man, from Italy, and two of them were from I think the Italian Division 3 or something players, and the goalkeeper itself was a ex Spurs youth player. So to go past him was a real threat scoring the goal. In fact, I went past and I the defense line, and I took the first shot. I chipped the ball up, and he actually parried the ball away. So what I did, when you are in a, when you have the adrenaline rush to get something you need. So I quickly rushed to the left side of the goalpost, and I quickly tapped the ball in. So that was how the goal came about. And immediately after that, I have to do the signature move, the Klinsmann dive. So in fact, we lost the game 6-1, but the one and only goal came from Asia was from me. So it was like a big news. In fact, it came out in the UK Times, the UK Daily Mail, something. All these papers came out, and I didn't know about it until when I came to Singapore. My cousin from UK told me that you are featured in the paper, saying that the first Asian to score in Hart Lane and everything. So the news was about that. So after scoring the goal, the feeling is so good, by playing there itself and scoring the goal. And Graham Robert came and told me. So I assume, Jasper, you should be the first Asian scoring the goal here, because so far no Asians have scored in White Hart Lane. I say, oh, okay, be the player or as a professional player or non-player, I think you are the first Asian to score. So that itself was like a big prize for me. You see, it's a big commendation from him.
Yeah, I mean, people always dream of going to what I can't even go and touch the field. You play there, you score there. Anyway, viewers, I will also include a link. I actually found a link of Jasper scoring the goal, how he scored the goal. So I will add the link. Just go and like, subscribe, and then take a look at the link. So you are a coach yourself, Jasper. Recently, not really recently, but earlier this year, we had a change of coach from our one of our favorite coach, one of the best coach in our modern era, Mauricio, to Jose Mourinho right now. So he has been in charge of us for about maybe 19 games now. So we have a lot of our conversations, a lot of debates about Jose, but these are all ideas and these are all comments from people like myself. But why don't I would like to hear about your comments about Jose, because you are a coach yourself. So I think you will give a better perspective on Jose.
Yeah, Jose, the name itself, he leaves a huge history behind his name. Having won 33 cups to his name, and 24 of it is major tournaments, and he has got his big history. BC, I would say, being in all the top clubs in the world, and he was also the best coach of the best. He has won best coach of the year 4 times. And yeah, the thing is now we are actually facing a crisis with Mourinho, because with Pochettino, it was good 5 to 6 years. He was with the club. He really molded and he groomed the players and everything, which made us what we are today. To put a name on the map itself in the Champions League, history. Before that, we have never entered. So he has made a name for us. And left. But leaving at the beginning, probably after 12 games, and the rest 19 games, Mourinho took over, and we are facing a big problem now. With our injuries on the bench, and players leaving the club. Like Yen is leaving probably end of the season, and luckily Toby extended his contract and all. But what I felt was Mourinho's style of playing will not suit our club, because he has been with all the top clubs and it worked for him, but somehow or other it's not working with us. Probably I would like to give Mourinho a benefit of doubt, give him a fresh new season and see then how it works for the next season. Then we can gauge him from there. And with the limitations of subs on the bench for us, we are in huge crisis. And Kane coming after so long, playing his first 90 minutes of the game against Man U, and Delhi not playing, and Yan and Toby was not even playing in that game. I think we did a good share of our club, going for a draw, with all the main players not playing, and we still managed to get this draw with Man U. And if you notice, BC, for the last 5 games, he has been exploring his options. I've been watching the last 5 games. He has been going through all the formations strategically. All his tactical plans are all. You will notice it, because last 5 games he has been playing all 5 different types of formations. So he's exploring. Like now our Dyer has gone back. He's now exploring his new position as a centre back now from a defensive mid, with Sanchez, and also this gives us this makes us actually wonder what his next plan is going to be. So with the rest of the 8 games around, I hope that our best position for this season, if we win all 8 games, probably will end up in the 6th place or 5th place, which I last counted.
Yeah, do you think so your prediction will be 5th or 6th? So barring the fact that if Manchester City, if we finish 5th and City gets the ban as planned, we will qualify for Champions League. But move aside from this season, quick prediction: how do you think that we will do next year if Jose gets what he wants?
That like what I said earlier, BC, time will tell, and let's give him the benefit of doubt to Jose, of how he is going to do for a fresh new start. Probably we got to get some players. I strongly feel that we need to, and now as Eric Dyer has gone to the back 4, we need a good defensive mid now, because Spurs has got this history of always playing this 4-2-3-1 system. So we need to have these 2 good guys playing and playing in the defensive mid. And for the last few games, Coco has been tremendous, man. Is really tremendous in his game. Yeah, big fan.
Go. Okay, bro. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us today. And I mean, your inputs and your experience, your stories are all very good stories and very valuable things, especially for your exploits in Batam. I mean, Spurs, if you are watching, we need a assistant, we need a backup, striker. I know of a player that scored at Hart Lane before lah. He's not a coach lah, but
now probably I can't even meet the fitness test requirements. So yeah, what you say is true, BC. We probably need a good striker also, to partner Kane. But using if there is a partner for Kane, probably he can exploit his options further. You see, we have Lucas Moura, we have Kane, and one more striker. Probably he can explore, a 4-3-3 system.
Yeah,
what Liverpool is doing.
I think Mourinho knows what he's doing. He just need the right team and some time. I mean, we will give him some time, obviously.
Definitely, right choice of players is really very important for a club. From this season, we have learned so much of the backlash Spurs is facing now.
Yeah, I mean, once again, we have come to the end of the show. Thank you so much, Jasper. I'm very sure I will invite you back again to talk. And then thank you once again. Thank you so much for sharing all this with us. So, guys, I will leave a link of Jasper's My Active SG below, so you can actually go to the page and actually look into hiring him if you need a futsal coach. There's nobody else more qualified than this man here. Look for him, hit him up. I also leave the link for the goal he scored at Hart Lane. Yeah. Then most importantly, guys, if you like my show, do like, comment, and subscribe below. It's been BC's Dear Diary Chapter 2 with Coach Jasper. Thank you so much and have a great day. Thank you so much, Jasper, once again.
Thank you, BC, for inviting me over. Yeah. I'm quite happy that you identify a fellow Spurs lad, to give the opportunity to talk about futsal.
Of course.
So thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. I see you soon. Take care and stay safe. Okay, bye-bye.